Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So today in this video, we are going to see uh, one of the question from a subscriber. So he wanted to create a soap testing using load runner. So we are going to see how to create a soap a soap script, and we are going to see how to do a load testing using soap script using JMeter. And if you're here for the first time, if you're here for the first time to our Little Slide YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like this video and share the video with your friends. And if you have any comments or any questions, like if you want me to create or if you want some clarifications on any of the performance testing related topics, please do comment in the comment section and we'll discuss that part. And thank you so much again for watching this entire video. And in this video, yes, like I told you, we'll see about how to create a soap test plan and how to do a load test. So for that, let me go to the file and then click on templates. Yes, so JMeter has this functionality where we can easily create any test plan. Like if you want to create a web test plan, yes, we can create. If you want to create a extended LDAP, yes, FTP, yep. MongoDB load test, recording waiting time for a very normal test. But in our scenario, we're going to create a SOAP web service test plan. So I'm clicking on SOAP web service test plan, and this will actually create the user defined variables. If I want to use anything, if I want to add any host or any of the other services, I can use this. And if I want to add any HTTP request defaults, say for example a server name or a path, I can, yes, very well add that here. And coming back to the number of users, yes, so this we can use for running a load test. But in this scenario, I'm not going to use for now, but I'm going to use this SOAP request. So by default, yes, a SOAP, JMeter has come up with the with a SOAP request, so that they give us a SOAP envelope, and we do have a HTTP header manager as well, and we do have a response assertion. So response assertion, as we all know, it is used to do some text checks. Say for example, when I'm running a test, it will check for the responses. It will check for the text as part of my testing, as part of my result. So we'll try all those now. And coming back to the SOAP request, so I'm going to use this particular request here. So if I can share this to you, so this is a SOAP request which I'm going to create, and you can very well see. So I'm going to use a post request. Yes, the post is already there, and then the host name, it is the URL. I am going to use the server name here, and then coming back to the post, which is the path. So I'm going to pick up this path. This is a SOAP request, so that's why it ends with the .wso, the web SOAP services. And then the next thing is the content type. So let me go to the header manager. This is where we have the content type. So I have my text HTML, the same thing, and the character set is UTF-8. And let me remove this SOAP action because it's no more required for us for this particular request. And then this is the HTTP request which I want, SOAP request which I want to run as part of this test. And this has an XML version. So this has an XML version which is 1.0, and it has an encoding which is UTF-8. And then it has to have this SOAP envelope, and then the envelope should have the URL, and then the body of the SOAP request starts here, and then it has the um, functionality. So what I'm going to do here as part of this is I'm going to convert any numbers to word. Say for example, if I want to convert like 1000 1000 to words, I can, when I type it, it gave me like 1000 in words, in letters. So that's what this particular SOAP function will do. And in fact, yeah, this will support even 1.0 and 1.2 as well. Yep, we will try that later. For now, I'll just show you how to do this one version. And then let me come back to the SOAP request and let me paste the URL here. And then inside this UBI NUM tag, I'm going to give the number. Say for example, I'm going to give like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Right? So okay, let's make it simple. Like okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 1,23,456, right? And yes, we'll see how does it work. I mean, how does this respond? And let me save this. So this is a SOAP request. So let's save it under SOAP request demo. And then let me save this request as Little Slaw underscore soap request. And in fact, I'll just save this in our GitHub repo in case if you want to use it. Yes, you can very well use that after I save it in the GitHub. And coming back to this view results tree, so let me quickly run this and I'll show you what happens. Okay, I think it's not yet fixed, so let me just change it to 1 save, clear, run, come to the view results tree. Yep. So let me come to the request. So this is the request that I have sent, and in the response data, okay, let me open the response data here. So here I can see this document may be found. That's not the expected response. Let's quickly fix it. Yep, so let's check this error here. So it actually tells us that um, coming back to the response data, it tells that the object has been moved and the URL, I mean, it is trying to access this particular URL and it says that it is moved. So coming back here, it tells that the number conversion service implemented with visual data flex provides function that converts into numbers into dollar amounts. So it's quite confusing. But the point here is it is not trying to access the protocol. So let me enter HTTPS and let me clear everything and let's run a new set of requests. And yes, in the response data, like I told you, we have got 123,456. So that is the expected number, right? So obviously we have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 123,456. So let me just copy this, and in the response assertion, my expectation is I have to get this in the response assertion. And the reason here is it did fail because I did have a separate assertion message. So let me come back to the response assertion and I update the pattern to test, and in fact it shows me as the substring, but this is not substring. This is obviously, it has to be contains, right? So if I select contains and this is the field to test, which is under the text response, then it is not under any of the response code or the response message or the response header or in the request header or the URL sampled or in the document. It says in the text response. And I'm picking up this from the main sample only. So in fact, we have like 3-4 options. Like I can choose this value from the main sample and subsamples, or I can even choose from the main sample only or from the subsamples only. So with this, yep, I have set it up, clear everything, run this test, go to the view results tree. Yep, I've sent the request successfully, and in the response data, I can see it is 123,456. That is the expected number that we wanted to create. And then let me add another request. So let me go back, and this time let's change a number to dollars. So let's try to replicate it, okay? And let me add another sampler, another HTTP request, and it is going to be another soap request, which is going to be number to dollars, and this is going to be second step, and this one which we have already is the first step, right, which is number to words, and this is going to be number to dollars, right? And let me bring it out, otherwise it will be part of the previous transaction, so I don't want that to happen. And here, yep, let's add the protocol and let's get the host name, the server name. Copy this, paste it here, get the post service, paste the path, and this is not a get request, it is actually a post request, right? So let's change it to a post request, and now the body data. So the body data is here, and I believe I have to change the number. Say for example, it asks me to enter in the decimal numbers. Let me just enter like 100.00, and let's add a HTTP header manager. Yep, it's here, and the same thing, like the content type is text HTML. So let me copy this from here. Yep, I can copy this, I believe. Let me just try to copy it, or else I can just copy this way. Content type, go back to header manager, add content type, and then the other one, which is the text XML. And yep, and then I always advise you to add a response assertion as well. But before that, let's do a quick check of this one. Results tree, number to dollars. Yep, so $100 is what I have given. So yes, it has come as the right number. Let me even try something else like 1009.98, and let's try how does it work. The view results tree. Yep, $1,009.98. Yep, it works perfectly fine. And now let me add a response assertion to make sure that it works every time fine. So let me select contains, and I'm going to add the pattern to test. Let me save it, clear everything, run a quick test, view results tree. Yep, it works fine, everything works fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a think time. So go to time, oh sorry, not this way, add think times to children. So this will add the think time to the request. So in this scenario, I'm going to add like 15,000 seconds for the test. And in this scenario, I'm going to just add like 50 users. Yeah, and I suppose you're not supposed to run this using GUI mode. You're supposed to run this using non-GUI mode. And for that, let me make few changes here. So I've added 50 threads. And just to show you how does it work, so I'm just giving this one, and just for just an iteration, that should be fine. Let's run this test. So everything is set. So I've set up 50 user threads, and then I'm going to run this test for 10 iterations, just 10 iterations. That should be fine. And yep, everything is set up. And I'm going to disable this for now because I don't want the view results tree to run to take a lot of memory. So I'm just going to keep my aggregate graph, and that should be fine. So let me run the test, and let's wait for the aggregate graph. So here you can see we have already created 5 samples, and you can see very well the response times for each of these requests. So the minimum, average, the maximum response times, the median. You can just give it away. Yep, it goes fine. So the 50 samples were hit successfully, and here you can very well see the response times for each of these requests, and it runs fine. I can see the minimum response time of 350 milliseconds and an average response time of 369. It's always advised to keep this way to add enough think time and the delays to make sure that you are covering the throughput. By doing this way, you can run a proper load test, and you can also see the 90th percentile, the 95th percentile, 99th percentile, and it goes very fine, and there are no errors so far. And the amount of data that you have sent and that you have received is always in the chart here. And yep, the test is running fine. And at the end of the test, you'll have all these results, the number of passed transactions, the number of failed transactions, and everything should be all right. So yep, with that I come to an end of this video, and I believe this video would be very useful to you. So until we meet in another interesting video, it's bye bye from Sanjay and your favorite Little Sla YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.